Over 4 decades ago, I received an action figure for Christmas. I didn't know what it was then. I still don't really know what it is, but I just got it again. Stay tuned to see what it is. Welcome back, and as I just said, I have just acquired an item from childhood that I didn't really know what it was then. I'm still not really sure what it is, but I'm glad to have it. So without wasting any more time, let me introduce you to the Arcturian.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
From Star Trek the motion picture, and this is of course from M.a.s.k. Now, I was a big fan of Star Trek from an early age. I would watch the BBC Two reruns of the original series. I was very familiar with the show. So when I got this gift, and I should mention as well that this was at a time in my life before I probably realised that you could write a letter to Santa and ask for certain gifts. I don't think I was doing that at this point, and I would just receive gifts that I'm assuming my parents thought I would like. And given that I did enjoy watching Star Trek, they probably thought I would enjoy this. However, the Arcturian was a character who I'd never seen before, bearing in mind the motion picture came out in 1979, and I'm guessing we're talking Christmas 1980 here. Furthermore, it's an interesting line from M.a.s.k. because they only did 6 figures in this scale. Obviously, Captain Kirk and Spock were represented, but that was it from the familiar cast that I remembered from the TV show. So we had Elia, and I'm loving this little bio here where it says, "This exquisitely beautiful and bald Lieutenant Navigator." So that, you know, as if you couldn't see with your own eyes that she was bald. They also gave us a Klingon commander, and I was going to say Captain Decker, but didn't he get demoted in the film? In fact, I should mention as well, I've not watched the motion picture in at least 3 decades. I'm very hazy about the details. And finally, the last figure they gave us was this Arcturian. Now, before doing this video, I thought I would try to get a bit of information about the Arcturian. And sadly, when Googling Arcturian Star Trek the motion picture, I'm only getting hits for this figure and also the smaller scaled figure that M.a.s.k. did. There's very little information out there about his involvement in the movie, and I'm not really prepared to sit through that movie again. As I said, I watched it 30 plus years ago. That was once enough. So I don't know what part this guy plays in the movie. So as I said in the introduction, didn't know who he was back then, and I still don't know who he is, but I'm very happy to get this back in my possession because it does bring back some great memories. Now this one is brand new, but sadly the tape has been cut, so I can't be the one to burst it open, but I am quite excited to see this again because this was, whilst it was, I should say, something that I didn't know what it was, I enjoyed having it, I enjoyed playing with it, and he would also live in my big box of Action Men with all the accessories, and I always remember seeing his brown boots floating around that box when looking for certain Action Man accessories. So this one, you know, I don't think it's ever been removed. It still has the, you know, the plastic wraps keeping everything in place. Some of the tape has obviously dried up over the ages. And I should mention that it does have a price tag on it still, and I believe it's for $3.40, which I'm guessing in 1980 would be about the right price for a 12-inch figure like this. So, yes. Very nice to see this again. Now, I'm just curious, as I said, information on this character is pretty scarce. I always remember as a kid trying to figure out what the emblem on his chest was, because it's not a Starfleet insignia. I mean, was he the bad guy? I really don't remember. But so if anyone knows anything about Arcturian, please let me know in the comments. I would be very much obliged if you could do so. But let's get this opened up. Yeah, that just slides off. And one down here. I do love these 70s style packages very much. Oh, and then we have a problem already. So he's legless. The pins holding his legs have snapped or corroded over the years. I'm wondering if that's a common problem with these types of figures. I mean, it's easily fixed, I imagine. But yeah, seeing these boots again is quite nice. In fact, I wonder if these are the same boots that my 12-inch M.a.s.k Batman has, but in blue, obviously. I mean, these things are relics. And this is why I advocate for opening toys. Because at some point in time, this is all going to corrode away into a sludge. So we may as well enjoy them while we still can. Is that holding reasonably well? For the purposes of this video, that will do. No, it's not actually. I'll need to find a more permanent fix. So this is rather embarrassing, isn't it? So, Arcturian, who's now currently legless, it's still nice to see him again. Oh, his head's a bit sticky as well. Another example of why you should... I understand people like to keep things mint in box and have them displayed as such. But as I just mentioned, as you can see here, these things are not going to last forever. So we may as well enjoy them while we still can. Now, another question to the audience, is there a known cure for the stickiness here, or is it just a case of giving it a wash? Because that is extremely sticky. It's actually horrible. No, it doesn't smell, but yeah, that's a horrible tackiness there. But seeing this again, as I said, brings back some wonderful childhood memories. You know, not having a clue who he was. I think I often used him as the enemy of Action Man because they are of a similar size. But yeah, it's amazing just how well our brains can remember things from decades ago. I mean, we're talking, what, 43 years ago, and that face, despite having not really thought of it for the last however many decades, that face is etched in my memory, so seeing it again does bring back those wonderful childhood memories. Just a pity that these damned pegs broke, but as I said, to be expected with something of this age. So, in closing, if you know anything about Arcturian, what side was he on, what part did he play in the movie, please do let me know in the comments. Admittedly, I didn't go into a really deep dive, but on the surface of it, there was very little information about this character, so I'd love to know. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, a little trip down memory lane, perhaps you had this as well. Please like the video, please share the video, make sure you're subscribed, and stay tuned for more videos from All Things 80s.